Episode 420, Who's in Charge? Alex walked on stage and patted the microphone, checking it was on. "Hello," he said. "First of all, I'm dismayed by what happened here, and I would like to offer an apology to those girls who were hurt. Last night I promised those girls that Felicity would apologize to them in public. So Felicity, would you please come up here?" The students gasped in shock. Did Mr. Ambrose really think that Felicity would apologize? They began to whisper to each other. "Felicity is not going to apologize. Is he crazy? Has he met Felicity? There's no way she'll do it," gossiped a group of girls amongst themselves. "Why is the principal going along with this? He must know it's not going to happen. Even he wouldn't be able to make Felicity apologize," yelled a boy. Several students and teachers laughed, convinced that Alex was making a fool of himself. The principal nervously rubbed the back of his neck. He hoped Alex could pull this off, but he was not really convinced. As usual, the students in Class 6 began to stir up trouble. "Hey, Felicity, where's your apology? We're waiting," one of them yelled, bursting into laughter. "Come on, Felicity," another joined in. "Tell him to get lost and let's see him resign." The students of Class 6 knew Felicity well, and they didn't think for one moment that Felicity would do as she was told. After all, they wouldn't have obeyed either. Felicity had always been stubborn, and she had never been forced into anything she didn't want to do, and everyone knew that. Billy grinned as he stared at Alex. "Gotcha this time," he thought. But then Felicity stood up. Class 6 stopped laughing, and Billy's smile slipped as he became aware of the change in atmosphere. "Felicity, are you really going to do it?" someone called. "Felicity, what are you doing?" Eric asked, grabbing her sleeve and trying to get her to sit back down. Felicity shook him off and walked confidently to the stage, her head held high. When she reached Lance, she stopped for a moment. "Lance, you'd better be careful," she said. "Mr. Ambrose is no ordinary teacher, and your usual tricks won't work on him." With that, she walked to the stage and went to stand at the rostrum. All the teachers and students muttered to each other, unable to believe what they were seeing. Felicity apologizing was as likely as the sun deciding to rise in the west, and yet, here she was. Billy's jaw dropped. "No way," he said. "No, that's not possible. Felicity never apologizes, so why would she agree now?" "Shit," he thought. "If she goes through with this, Alex will be a nightmare to deal with." Billy looked at the paper in Felicity's hand and realized it was really happening. Felicity glanced down at her speech, and then she looked back at the students. "Dear students," she said, "I'm really sorry for what I've done." She continued to speak for a while, recounting all her bad behavior, leaving nothing out. She displayed remorse and appeared to be sincere as she apologized for all the trouble she had caused. "Finally," she said, "I want to thank Mr. Ambrose for helping me to see the error of my ways and giving me hope that I can start over. Thank you, Mr. Ambrose. I promise to do better from now on." Felicity turned and left the stage. The whole room was silent, and the students in Class 6 stared at Felicity, their mouths hanging open. Billy was stunned, and he couldn't understand what had just happened. He shook his head, trying to clear it, but it didn't help. "I can't believe she did that," one girl said. Felicity? Lance asked. Did Mr. Ambrose solve your problem? Unlike the others, Lance knew about Felicity's mother, and he had kept her secret for a long time. Felicity simply nodded. Damn it, Lance said. We can't let him defeat us. We have to do something about him. He clenched his fists and looked at Eric, who was still in shock. One of the teachers approached Alex. Mr. Ambrose, you dealt with that so well, she said. And I'm sure you've turned that girl's life around. You're a dark horse, said another teacher. When you arrived, I was sure you'd fail, but I was wrong. You really know what you're doing. One by one, the teachers came forward to heap praise on Alex. Only Billy and Leonard stayed back, glaring at him. Well, teaching director? Alex taunted him, raising an eyebrow. Don't let it go to your head, Billy said, walking away. Alex was in a great mood. This teaching job wasn't so hard after all. Before long, Class 6 started acting up again. Lance picked a fight with a substitute teacher in his English class, and he beat the teacher severely. The teacher left, and everyone acted as though nothing had happened. Nobody wanted to deal with the matter. Alex tracked down Lance. Why did you attack that teacher? He asked. What teacher? Lance asked, shrugging. You know perfectly well what I'm talking about, Alex said. Why did you do it? Lance looked right at him. Now you know who's really in charge of Class 6, and it's not you.